My brothers and sisters in Christ, today's readings are a beautiful exemplification of the Easter mystery and the beginnings of the Church. In today's Gospel passage, which is the immediate aftermath of the story of Emmaus that we heard yesterday, the two disciples run back to the others in Jerusalem to tell them that they had encountered the Lord. And before they can even finish the story, there Jesus is in the midst of them. They're terrified, they think they're seeing a ghost, but of course he comes with the words, "Peace be with you." The Lord is in the midst of them gathered together. And so they've just been, he's just revealed himself to the two in the breaking of the bread. Yesterday I talked about how he started by unlocking the scriptures in their hearts begin to burn, and then finally in the breaking of the bread, they see him. He's realized in their midst. So they run back where they'd been drifting apart. Now they go back. The union of the disciples is restored, and there Jesus is in the midst of them. And so there's some theme of repetition. Again, he unlocks the scriptures for them to help them understand the mystery of why he had to die and rise from the dead. But then, what does the story end with? And now the word will be spoken, going out from Jerusalem to the whole world. And so this is the mystery, which is, okay, I'm here in your midst. Here's why. Now understand why this all had to happen. And now it's time for you to go forth and be my witnesses to the world. And of course, in the beginning of the Acts of the Apostles, that's what we're seeing. Peter's already made one great speech on the day of Pentecost. Now, in yesterday's first reading, Peter did a healing. It read very much like a Jesus miracle story, and now it's at the hand of Peter, as Peter begins to believe and understand his role at the head of the church, to make Christ present to everyone. And so now, as people respond to this miracle, he begins to preach to them. And so Peter now, as the vicar of Christ, as we would call it, as the first pope, but he begins to preach in the name of Christ the good news that he and the other apostles have first received. This is the beautiful mystery of the church, and it's our great commissioning. During this time, we joyfully continue to receive the risen Christ, present in our midst, the scriptures, open our minds and our hearts. We know him in the breaking of the bread. We receive Christ. He is in our midst, and now we are sent and must go forth and tell the good news to all we encounter, yes, in our words, but most especially in our manner of life and our joy. The joy that the world needs, a world that is always so angry and fearful. We need to bring that message of joy, that Christ is risen and everything is now changed. May God bless you all.